my right hand leg, being slightly forward of my left leg, is slightly turned so that you end up with this kind of a pattern. Now, if you notice, that's very much like our internal shape that we're looking for. Now, we need to remember the internal shape because as we're moving through this, we're connected. Our hands, our body, everything is connected. And so we're not doing this, we're not going to do this because that's a waste of energy. We're creating an environment by which we are moving, constantly moving internally. Now, when we're in this position, we're able to create torque, not stress, but torque. And so when we create torque in our body in this way, we're able to almost, it's like we're creating these two cyclones or these two opposing elliptical turns, these two spirals that are spiraling off from each other. If they could go, they would spiral off away from each other. But because they're connected to us, it doesn't happen. It only happens for an instant. The instant that happens, that torquing drags us into the next torquing. So as we move from one position, our bodies are constantly torquing. And so we're training our bodies to do this. Now, I'm not great at this. I just learned it, taught myself here very recently. I've never seen anything like it. Take the individual parts, do what you want with it. But if you want to really experience something, it took me a while to get here. We're talking almost 9 years to create something that lasts for 15 minutes. Really, it lasts for 50 seconds, in 2 directions, or I should say for one cycle it lasts about 50 seconds. So to do the entire thing takes about 2 minutes, we'll say. And so 64, 64, 64, and so that's what you're doing. And it's that torquing. Okay, so we'll begin. Again, remember, the back leg is pointed as if his arm was dangling there. We're pointed, that foot is kind of pointed as if his hand was hanging there. Even if it was up in the air, just try and picture lines and things being connected to each other, and it's the process by which we are moving those lines, but we're not moving this, we're not breaking our center. And that above all. So if you've seen my other video, which is about 50 seconds long, that's up, down, This is done. Up, down, up, down. And so normally it would go for 8, which would be up, down, down, up, down, up. And that's one cycle. So then you switch legs, that's another cycle. Okay, where are we? Just to make sure that I've covered just about everything. We've got our leg pointed towards there. We've got this front leg, which is also pointing towards that hand. So the lines are really, if you kept going forward, would intersect about 4, maybe not even that, about 3 feet or 4 feet in front of us, depending on their size. I'm hesitant to say, oh, you got to stand like this. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel your groundedness. If you get up to whatever, you're going to be off kilter. Whenever you get in close, we're doing stuff in here, which is where things are, were really happening. And don't look at this like, oh, we're in the midst of a, is this, it's not violence, we don't want to hurt any, this is an exercise. It's a contrivance to abstractly be able to connect your entire body, mind, to your to your triple heaters, to your internal network. Not only your signaling, but your muscles and your blood flow and everything is connected through these things. And so ultimately, we're looking to do that. And so it's like doing Tai Chi. There are things in it that if you saw the movements, you say, oh, that's nothing. But the art itself, it's probably it is the mother of all martial arts that exist today. Wu Dang, if anything, would be the father. But we need something that's easier. Not easier, that's not the word for it. We need something that takes all of this, and into this. And it allows you, as the individual, to apply it to you, but to apply it to your thinking, to apply it to whatever. Whenever I first learned Tai Chi, whenever I first learned Bagua, when I first learned Wu Dang, I was told that the forms would teach me. And the forms did teach me. They taught me all of my own weaknesses. They taught me a mountain. And the mountain was based on my weaknesses. It was based on the things that I was missing in myself. And so it's that climb. And as you make each step, as you walk each rung, you begin to see doors, you begin to see things that exist there, because all of a sudden you're whole. You're whole. And it makes a difference. It makes a difference to be whole. It makes a difference to be healthy. It makes a difference to be fit. But it makes a real difference to be whole. Because we live in a society where we live in a disposable society where everything is kind of plug and play. Everything can be removed. Nothing has permanent necessity. But you do. Your being, your essence, your zest, by allowing the world to squelch these things, we miss out on the things that really enrich the world. Not just in ourselves, because we can be too selfish, so selfish that we don't even service ourselves anymore. And so the question is, can I do something within inside of myself that ultimately leads, to this expansion, this growth, this joining, this wholeness. And there is. Okay.